Hi, my name is Eric West, and I'd like to thank you for stopping by my blog. Today I just want to start discussing a few suggestions that you can use to make your networking experience a successful one when you first start out. One thing that most everybody has in common when they first start attending these networking events is that it can be a pretty overwhelming and scary experience when you walk into a room full of professionals that you know absolutely nobody, and you're expected to go break the ice and have a meaningful conversation with them. My hope is that through these suggestions and lots of practice that you can make these networking experience successful and ultimately get what you want, and that is a contact that you can help, and hopefully in return they'll help you by furthering your career through introducing you to somebody else or giving you a recommendation for a job. Through personal experience, I know that being shy is not an excuse, and these suggestions should really help you overcome that hurdle and take these networking events head on. The first suggestion is to bring a friend. You want a friend that is in the same career field as you, though, because after you get done introducing yourself to that professional, more than likely the common topic that everybody knows something on is going to be that career field or something within that career field. And you want everybody to be able to be involved in the conversation, because if somebody's standing off the side being quiet, it can be a pretty awkward situation that you don't want to be in. Even better is if you have a friend who is in the same career field and is already involved in networking events, because here you've struck gold, because basically you can have that friend introduce you to all their contacts and really accelerate your contact network through these networking events. One thing I like to do, because I got a lot of help from people, is I like to pay it forward, that help. And whether it's a friend or I'm at a networking event and I see a person standing off to the side not really knowing what to do at these events, I like to go over, introduce myself, and take them around and introduce them to my contacts to help them get started in the right direction. The next thing you want to do is you want to prepare some questions to ask. You don't want to go up and basically introduce yourself to a professional and have that awkward silence happen right after, because nobody started up a conversation really. One thing that I've noticed is that people really like to talk about themselves. So I've come up with a couple good questions that I like to take with me, and one is, how did you get to where you are in your career? Especially if they're further on in their career, this can allow them to cover a lot of information and take a while, so it really can keep your conversation going, and also give you a lot of, something that you can ask them about later. The next is, what do you like to do outside of your job? This can include hobbies, and this allows you to, listen for if they have similar hobbies as you, and this can be good talking points after they finish up with this question. The next thing is if they have kids. Most parents are proud of their kids, so they're always willing to talk about them. So any questions about their kids is more than likely a pretty good place to go. You want to prepare some answers though, because most of the time everybody at these networking events are going to have a pretty similar question to ask you, especially if you're just graduating and starting into the career field. The main one is they like to ask is, what made you choose this field to study? And this can be a pretty hard question to answer on the fly, so you really want to give it some thought before you attend these networking events. A couple other ones are, what are your plans after you graduate? Where do you see your career going? And what do you like to do outside of school or job? These include your hobbies or just about anything. That's pretty much what I have for this blog, but be sure to stay tuned for my next blog. I'd like to cover some more networking tips, including what you wear, what you should take with you, what happens after the networking, all that good stuff. So be sure to tune in for my next blog. Please feel free to add to this blog by commenting below. I always enjoy reading the comments and the added information. If you do like this blog, be sure to follow me on it, or you can follow me on Twitter at Eric_West3.